Hey guys, and welcome back to the low poly 3D mini planet tutorial. So in this video we're going to go through just how to create the basic shape to start off our planet. So to do this, the first thing that we're going to have to do is to go over to the blue cube button here, so add cube object, and we're going to left click on the cube, left click and hold to bring up this new submenu here. And you can see in this submenu we've got a few more options than just a cube. So we've got disk, pyramid, cones, but we're really interested in the sphere option here. So this is going to be the basic object for our planet. So we're going to select the sphere and spawn it in our view. So I'm just going to zoom in here so you can have a closer look. And there are a few options, a few things that we have to do first before we can really create and model our planet. So the first thing that I need to do is to go over to the Phong tag here, and we're going to delete it. Oops, that's not it. So make sure you have the Phong tag selected and then hit delete on the keyboard just to delete the Phong tag. And then you can see that what this has done is that it's created a sort of edgy look for the sphere. So if I bring the Phong tag back in, and if I zoom in a little bit more on the sphere, you can see that the sphere is a lot smoother. And with the Phong tag deleted, it becomes edgier, just like what we want for our low poly planet. So making sure that the sphere is selected again, we're going to change a few of the properties here. So first thing we're going to do is to untick render perfect. And now over here we're going to change a few of these properties. So for a low poly sphere, low poly planet, we're going to want less segments. So we're going to change 24 to something like 15 and see what that looks like. So I'm going to hit enter here, and this is a lot low poly than what we had before. And now we're going to create a new radius. So I want the planet to be a little bit bigger than what we have here. So we're going to change the radius from 100 centimeters to something like 250 and see what that looks like. So zooming out here. Great. Now the final thing that we're going to do to this sphere, so that we are ready to model our 3D planet, is to go over to the type of sphere here. So if we go over to this drop down menu here, you can see that there are a few options, a few different options that are available to us. Let's see if I can bring this up here so you can see it. So right now we have a standard sphere, which is what you see here. And if I go over to this option, you can see that it's completely changed. So the way that the polygons are rearranged to create the sphere is very, very different. You can just go over to each of these options to see what kind of sphere that we want to create. But the one that we want to use is this one here. So icosahedron. Right, so now that we have this selected, all we need to do now is to make this sphere editable. Now the way that we do this is to ensure that the sphere is selected. And we're going to head over to this button here, which is on the top left of the screen, and we're going to click on that button to make it editable. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this sphere. So we need two spheres, and I'll explain why in a minute. Now the way that we duplicate objects is we select it, and holding the shift button, we're going to click and drag and then release. Oh, it's not the shift button, it's the control button. Okay, so holding the control button, we're going to click and drag, and then you can see that the cursor has changed to this arrow and plus button here, and then we're going to move it to a space to duplicate it. So now we have 2 spheres. Right, so from here we're going to rename these spheres just to make it easier for ourselves. So to do that we just need to double click, and I'm going to name this one the Earth, and I'm going to name this one the Water. Excellent. Right, now that we've duplicated our spheres, the next thing that we have to do is we're going to learn how to add color to our planet. And we'll do that in the next lesson. See you guys there.